Hey everybody, this is Glenn at the Pinball Place, and I've gotten a lot of questions about what do I use when I'm cleaning a game or restoring a game. So I'm going to touch on a few of the products real quickly, not do a deep cleaning for 3 hours like some videos, but I'm just going to touch on them real quick, show you what I use and how it applies, and that way you can do your own cleaning and talk about some of these, different methods. Might be right, wrong, and different. You might do it differently, but this is what I do, and been probably done, I don't know, 25, 30 games this year. So they all turn out real nice. All right, so I have a Sea Witch that I just finished, and that one came in really dirty, super dirty. It looks like it was caked with dirt. You'll see it on our Facebook page. But when I get a game right out of the gate, and I have to remove all that dirt that's been on there for years. Simple Green, it's a natural cleaner. It's safe on plastic, wood, and is very light, so there's no abrasion in it. Good for cleaning, and you just kind of spray it down. Here's the Sea Witch that I finished. So you just spray this all over. Don't be shy about it. Spray it all over, and always use a microfiber cloth, okay? So with each one of these cleaners, I use a different microfiber cloth between applications, okay? So yeah, you spray this all over the place, take off the plastics. I strip down the whole playfield, and I simple green the crap out of the playfield, okay? When we do a restoration, it's a little bit more in depth than the guys who just, wipe down the playfield and throw in LEDs and they flip the game. We do a complete tear down. So as I'm doing this, everything will come off here. All the targets, all the ramps have come off, all the plastics, and we will do a deep cleaning on the top side of this and actually the bottom side too. So we clean inside the inserts so that the dirt's out of there and they reflect the light a lot more. All right, so simple green for getting all the surface dirt off. We have Novus number 2. This is available in Marco or any of your favorite pinball sites. And this is a fine scratch remover, right? They have different grades of it. So the reason this is called Marco number 2 is, Novus number 2. Number 1 being the finest, has the least abrasive in it. And then number 2 is medium. Number 3 is for, deep gouges or things that you really want to get in there and clean good. So with this, again, you just kind of apply it either to your cloth if you're doing the plastics, and it does spray on you a little bit. If you're going to do plastics or the playfield, right, I just put it on the cloth, and this is the plastic from this fishtails. So go over it, use the elbow grease, right? Same thing on here, on your playfield. And what this is doing is removing of course, dirt. It's also removing scratches, and you'll also get ball swirl on these old playfields that don't have the mylar over it like this one did. So you get ball swirl in there, and you need some sort of abrasive to get the dirt out of that swirl mark. So what I do first is go over it with the Novus, and then come back with the clean part of the towel and polish it up just like you're doing a car. Right? You put your wax on, and then you give it a good polish, get all your fingerprints off there, your dirty, filthy fingers, and your plastics will clean up really nice. Same on the playfield. Come back over and sort of buff it out, okay? Don't cake it on there. This one had a white streak about this long where somebody got very liberal with the Novus, and they go a little crazy. So the Novus number 2, I do this once a year. Usually over Christmas break, I go through my pinball machines, I replace my batteries if they have them, and I do a cleaning on all the ramps, the plastics, the playfield. Don't forget, while you're using this Novus number 2, and we're talking about plastics, your plastic has a back side to it. This is kind of disgusting. I've seen them worse, but on the back side of the plastic is where all this dust collects, because no one ever looks at it or cleans back there. So same thing, take it, and I don't know if you just saw how all that darkness kind of lifted up, right? And on the back side, give it a nice little polish. I mean, you can sit in the chair, watch TV, watch your favorite guy on YouTube talking about subject matter expert of whatever he feels like that day. And, you know, just sit, watch TV, clean your plastics. All right, so Novus number 2. The last one for the playfield is, I use this Meguiar's Gold Class, and it has this carnauba. This is a fun word to say, kids. Let's all say it together. Carnauba, okay? Anyway, this is for cleaning your playfield, and where I use this, not cleaning it, I'm sorry, for polishing your playfield. On older electromechanical games, or games from 1980s, they haven't been cleaned in 10, 20, 30 years in some cases. If it's an electromechanical, it might be from 1970. And who knows the last time that playfield had any moisture added to it. It's wood, right? So wood's going to dry out, crack, splinter, and whatever else, right? So you always polish your furniture. You can polish wood. We do the playfield. What I do with that is I get some on the applicator, give it a lot of elbow grease, work that wax down into the playfield. And on these older games where it's really dried out, I'll do sometimes 2 or 3 coats of this. You just see it suck the moisture into the playfield because it's been neglected for so long. And between this application, whatever it says, let 15 minutes to dry, I don't know, wait an hour to dry. Come back with your microfiber cloth after it's dried and give it a good buffing, all right? Same way you would do with your car. And that's really going to protect your playfield, and it's going to make it a lot faster, actually. You'll see that using this carnauba wax, as opposed to just using the Novus number 2, your game will play noticeably faster if you've had some time on it prior to doing this. Okay. What else do I got? That's the carnauba wax. Fun word to say. Microfiber, Simple Green, Novus. Oh, here's a word of caution. Using this Novus, the one place we do not use it. Okay, pop bumper caps. So, coming up here, my lovely assistant. On your targets across here, and your pop bumper caps. Do not apply the Novus and clean these. What happens is the way that these were, I guess, screen printed, right? The ink on there, that Novus takes it right off. So you go from having a lightly discolored cap to all of a sudden having this, because all of your ink is gone, and then you're spending more money on new caps. And you know what? These are cheap enough. I would just say buy new caps if you need to, or if one's discolored, if it's yellowed and you want it white, make them all white. In this one, everything's blue, and inset in there is the yellow print. So I don't want to smear that, take it away. If it's a white cap and red, you really see it blend all over and it looks terrible. So just spend the money on new caps. I wouldn't try and clean them. They're available, so don't go cheap when you're doing a nice restoration. You see how nice the Sea Witch turned out. And the last thing I want to talk about is this one that we skipped over. My good friend Goo Gone. And the Goo Gone is going to be used when, a previous video I did, I removed the mylar from the playfield. This one, it still has some sticky, right? The glue is still stuck to the playfield. The other place we'll use it, we're going to come right over here to one of my other games. Oh, let's look here. So sometimes on the apron, you'll have the sticker where the operator or, the game was licensed at one point in a state for collecting taxes, and they had to report the carnauba, or it might be the operator who last routed this game. There would be a sticker on here. So instead of taking your razor and just hacking away at that, I go over a good heavy coating of Goo Gone, and that will release the glue. It softens it up. It doesn't completely remove it, but it makes it malleable again. And then I'll take my little razor knife. So soak the heck out of it. Again, let it sit there an hour. I don't care. More is more in this case. And then I take my little razor knife and I don't gouge it out. I just lightly go over that surface until the glue releases. Okay. I had one that I did very recently, and unfortunately it's not here anymore, but it turned out fantastic. You wouldn't know the sticker was ever on there. So taking the sticker off the apron or off the top is, or the Mylar adhesive is what I use the Goo Gone for. All right, so that's my 4 products. The only other additional thing I use is a magic eraser. So those playfields that have a lot of ball swirl, they'll have yellow and white, and you really have to get the ball swirl out. I'll use a magic eraser with the simple green. So I spray the heck out of it, then use my magic eraser to really go in and clean the white, yellow, orange areas to get the ball swirl out of that. All right, so just to reiterate, simple green, only during restorations, deep cleaning, you really have to get all the dirt off. Novus, number 2, we're going to do once a year. Plastics, metal safe, playfield safe. If you choose to follow it up with a wax, that's totally up to you. Many people don't, some do. All right. And as always, microfiber cloth. All right. Thanks for watching. Any questions, send me an email, glenn@thepinballplace.com. Give me a call, text me, message me, however you prefer. Thanks for playing, and we'll see you next time.